Right. And like, you're not going to film and have control over your edit. You're not.
No. Come on. As much as they all try to.
So I don't think it's her, but I truly, New York is a mess and it's not coming back anytime soon.
Oh, it's a bummer.
And I agree with you. Here's the thing though, about what you're saying about Luann and Ramona. This is my only thing. I would have agreed with you that I was for a long time saying those were the only two that were coming back, that Sonia was leaving as well. But here's the thing, I know you love Sonia. I know that.
I love her.
Here's the thing. I just feel the longer it is off the air, the less likely it is that Ramona is going to have a job, because it's so hard to imagine it without her. And people love her or love to hate her. But the longer it's off the air, the more that you get used to life without Ramona. And I just don't, I think it's like, look, she was investigated, whether the thing is closed or not. I just think at some point they're going to be like, if we're ever going to break ties with this woman, we have 2 years of people not having her. Now is the time, like, for better or worse. But here's the other thing, and I'm not being ageist. I mean, Ramona is going to be like 65. So when this comes back, you'd only have like 2 years. How much does Ramona have left? So I just think if you have a problem on your hands from HR, right? Like, you're like, just break the ties now. So I'm not so sure Ramona's going to be back.
Oh, the only reason why believe you me, I don't take pleasure in saying like she just steps in it so badly that you just say, oh gosh, she doesn't realize what she's saying. But she's so unaware of the way she sounds, I believe. I mean, watching this girls trip, I never really had like a strong opinion about her. I don't know why. She just kind of, sometimes she bugged me. Sometimes I thought she was funny, but this last girls trip, I was done. But I think that the HR in New York, or whomever it was that it went to, and if she said things that were deemed racist or whatever she was accused of, I don't know all of it, but I mean, clearly she's the type of person that could say something and have no clue of that, you know, no idea that it's offending someone else to the degree that it is. Whether it's, you know, racist, you know, she goes against the community, the LGBTQ community. She's just political. She's so self-unaware, period.
I have to research because I know what apparently she said. I just don't know.
Oh, really?
Well,
Share.
I'm seeing if this is like a public fact. I think it is. I mean, I think Heather even said, well, what apparently she said is like, I don't want to be, and I'm paraphrasing, but I'm not paraphrasing much. She said something, I mean, it was out there even with Heather, is that she said basically, I'm just seeing if I can find the exact words, just because I get what you're saying about she says things and she doesn't know she's offending anyone, but this was pretty
bad.
Are they not saying it? I read it somewhere that she said basically, like, I don't want to be on a show with someone Black or something to that effect. I am paraphrasing. I don't know where I read this.
If she said that, then she should just be off, period. There's case closed, done.
And that's why I'm just looking at where it is that I read this actual thing.
No.
Okay, and now here's something that says, Ramona, and this is allegedly, here, this article, Ramona Singer allegedly said, this is why we shouldn't have Black people on the show. She said that's this article, November 8th. The comment the comment sparked an internal investigation. So see, I'm not making this up. So, but this is alleged. Is it a
reputable website or wherever you're reading this? Is this like a reputable, or is this something?
No, coming? It's in a lot of, well, I was going to say something like, well, they run the Behind the Velvet Rope podcast all the time, so I think they're reputable. But no, okay. It's in like Page 6 and The Sun, and I'm not, but it's a lot of different papers here.
Do you think she would say that though? I can't imagine she's that ignorant. I mean, come on, you live in New York City.
Apparently someone on production said like it's,
They heard it.
they said it. And now Heather, that's the whole thing with the Heather, that Heather article that you're referring to isn't just that it's fake. She said, yes, I've heard Ramona say this or something.
Wow. That's a game changer then.
So I'm just saying, like, I'm just saying, like, if they're going to part ways with her, I just think now is the time. It's almost like, I think if it were in production or it was coming right back, people would be like, this is so weird. Where's Ramona? But I just think if it's off the air, it's going to be 2 whole years by the time it comes back. I don't know.
I will say when she talks down to the people, whether it's someone, you know, when they go on these trips that's unpacking her bags or carries her luggage for her, whatever the case may be, when she talks to the staff, whomever they are, that is awful, 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 awful. And typically speaking, I think when a person acts like that to someone, and she's done that more than a couple times, it is kind of true to their character of who they are. So I'm not, you know, who knows? I mean, that's a big thing that's a big difference to talk about, you know, a specific race of person who shouldn't be on a show, but clearly she doesn't see the way she talks to people that she thinks are being paid to help.
And she's always been like that.
For their
if
jobs.
You look at all the old seasons, that's her thing. So I just don't know.
I think is terrible.
It's terrible. Gosh, so that's the only reason, because I would have said Ramona and Luann are the 2 100% that are coming back. And now I just feel that now is the time to just say goodbye to Ramona. I mean, I'm not saying what I prefer. I'm just saying this is what I think is a business decision. It'll be, I guess, Luann and Sonia, I guess, are the 2 that will be back.
I would love that. Honestly, that's one of the things that I love so much about Sonia. She loves everyone. She's crazy, which I love. I love her kind of craziness. Not all of it, obviously, but she's so open to everybody that even when she's nuts, it doesn't bother me.
She was the most welcoming, truly, to Ebony.
Yeah.
Truly. I think she was the one who said, here's our new cast member. She was really the only one, I think.
And she was, I felt like she was the most self-aware, and she was the most open to listening to what Ebony was trying to say, seeing it in Ebony's ways. And when the other women, namely Ramona, were kind of poo-pooing and shutting her down, she was saying, you're not hearing her, you're not listening to her. I love Sonia. I just do. I think she's, you know, I don't know. I hope she comes back.
She might live to see another day. And I can tell you, there's going to be no 5 housewives. It'll be 7. There ain't going to be 6. They're going to have a full 7, just like Beverly Hills. Before we get to Girls Trip, 2 other things. So I don't know much about the filming. Kathy is still not filming, I know.
Well, isn't she doing her show with Paris though? I mean, weren't they?
She's
filming.
She says, right. So she said, because, you know, all the rumors are that she's holding out for money. She has come out and said, I've been planning a wedding and having a wedding, and that's why. Yeah. I don't know. But where are they in the season? They're not in week 1. We're in, like, this has been what, 2 months already? Has it been 2 months?